Hey guys, welcome to another one of my videos. I'm Rayon, and today we are going to take a closer look at Galbrena and her whole shebang, because the new Resonator Showcase just dropped, and I couldn't be more excited for this. Actually, to say that I am excited for this is the understatement of the century, because like holy shit, I have been looking forward for my wife since the first drip marketing. Like when they released all of the new characters that are going to drop with Septimond, I have been stoked for Galbrena, most of them all, because what can I say? I love a baddie, and I think that many of us can agree on that front. Anyways, I'm going to divide this video into two segments. First of all, I'm going to look at her lore, which is on the official website of Wuthering. Then I'm going to take a look at her showcases. First of all, her Resonator Combat Showcase, then her Resonator Showcase, which has dropped yesterday. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. If you like the video, please leave a like and sub. Nothing would make me happier. And also catch me on Twitch, because when she drops tomorrow, I am going to stream the shit out of that. Anyways, let's go right into it. So, post-lament and Anthropocene, like, what the hell is Anthropocene, actually? Like, I haven't really cared to figure that out since the beginning of the game. But I'm going to look into that one day. Stars Intertwined, Galbrena. Galbrena, the fiend of ever-burning flame, the Discord Slayer. Call me whatever you want, just point me to the monsters. Okay. Like, she's so perfect, chat. Like, she actually, in my opinion, she fucking deserves her own character model. Like, holy shit. Anyways, the way of the gunfighter. Many thought Galbrena only used guns to fight. A misconception she never bothered to correct and exploited to her advantage. When her guns were knocked out of her hands, it was always by deliberate choice rather than by accident. Her enemies would let their guard down and advance. When they closed in, Galbrena attacked, either by commanding the slippery serpent to fire or striking with her feathers and even her own blood. What the fuck? Okay, so, like, we know, like, what we know. We know that she fights with tacit discords, that she has multiple of them lodged inside of her body, like, that she is corrupted with the dark tide. Like, that's everything that I at least know about her in a shell. So, yeah, she obviously can fight, like, who would have thought, right? Anyways, then why does she bother with guns? Because guns make quick work of enemies from a distance. No shit, Sherlock. Galbrena avoids people at all costs. Not that she doesn't know how to interact with others, well-traveled as she is. She simply does not enjoy human contact. If she could get a discount on strangely named beverages by simply shouting their names without haggling, she would gladly do so. Okay, so she's a loner, got that for obvious reasons, of course, and she knows how to fight. That's also kind of a no-brainer at this point. But like, the fact that she fights even with her own blood is something that piqued my interest, because I am actually interested in what that means. So, is she able to use some kind of blood magic? Maybe something like that. Well, we'll see. Discord slaying. Discord slaying is a trait that entails identifying tacit discords, locating their weaknesses, choosing the right weapon, and much more. Oh, okay, so she's a witcher. Yeah. Like, I'm not even going to lie. She is a witcher in the Wuthering universe. Galbrena's guns work well on most enemies, but before she rested them for Chimera Small, for the longest time she crafted her own weapons, but those weapons could not withstand the power of the Dark Tide and often disintegrated. But she never gave up weaponsmithing and went on to invent many single-use items, snares, mines, you name it. In her opinion, monsters must be put down by any means necessary. Witcher, Witcher, Witcher. It's worth noting that although Galbrena is a decent cook, she sees food merely as fuel for the body. Okay, pragmatist, dig that. Unlike how she deals with tacit discords, she treats all life with respect. To her, making delicious dishes out of hunted prey is the highest form of respect conceivable. Okay, so she actually eats the tacit discords or devours them in one way or another. Okay. That said, Galbrena doesn't care much about plating, since she has no one to share her food with. Okay, yeah, we got that she's a loner. Anyways, so she eats tacit discords. Like, for all I understand, she is corrupted with the dark tide from the trailer, from the live stream. If I remember correctly, she dove into it or got thrown into it when she was small. So she got corrupted and she somehow survived and got a few friends with it. Friends, right? So Galbrina acquired her flame wing after devouring a particular tacit discord. Here we go. At first, she had a hard time getting used to flight, and her head was often bruised from crash landings. Now she feels as she was born to fly. During the day, she loiters in the sky, looking down like an eagle in search of prey. At night, she perches on a high branch, resting and unruffling her feathers, which itself is also a form of weapon maintenance. Her bird-like qualities are not only a habit, but also stem from the need to keep away from people, so as not to cause panic. If on a peaceful evening stroll through the woods, you come across this Discord Slayer, worry not, she will flee before you do. So yeah, she, like, everything that is written here only enforces my belief or my impression that she is meant to be this kind of witcher, demon slayer. And of course, we know that the combat that they gave her and all of the flashiness is very heavily inspired with Devil May Cry, which I am not mad about because I love Devil May Cry. And nothing wrong with having a little inspiration, mainly if it looks as good as it does in this particular case. And one other thing, look at her eyes. She even has the fucking eyes, chat. She even has the eyes. So yeah, let's continue. Who is she talking to? Weak tacit discords are absorbed as sustenance right after being devoured by Galbrena's hellfire, but powerful ones are not. Their frequencies remain inside her body. They talk during the day and invade her dreams at night, fighting her to the death over and over. What awaits them when she wakes is a trial before hellish flames. No one but Galbrina can hear the tacit discords inside of her, so most people find it disturbing when they chance upon her talking to no one in particular in an accusatory tone with her eyes shut. Maybe Chimera said something inappropriate, or maybe the tacit discords within are throwing a tea party to plot their revenge. Okay. Okay. So let me get this straight. When she absorbs a really powerful tacit discord, she doesn't destroy it during the process. And I think that mostly when she destroys tacit discords and absorbs them, they kind of fuel her, right? That only makes sense. But the powerful ones are going to remain inside her body, and they are those that she already absorbed, like Chimera and the others. The snake is probably going to be one of the others, right? But those talk to her. Now, a question arises. If we are hunting the fucking Threnodian, if she actually manages to absorb it, what the fuck is going to happen to her? Like, that's the plot point which I am most interested about, because from what I understand, like, we know she is a bad one. We know she's a baddie. We know that she takes on the role of the one that hunts the monsters. And she actually respects life. So she takes it upon herself, most probably, to resolve this issue. That means that she is going to want to kill the Threnodian, probably through Carthethia, because she doesn't know all that transpired in her absence, right? With Carpathia and Fleur de Lis and the Liberation. So that's going to be a very interesting plot. I think that we are going to get a very involved storyline with this patch. I think that it's going to be peak, and I am very, very much looking forward to that. Okay, next up. Resonance Evaluation Report. Oh, okay, so that's like Black Shores, right? The subject's resonance ability shows prior contamination by the dark tide. The frequency spectrum is heavily obscured and cannot be analyzed via the Rebel method. Based on the subject's own testimony, corroborated by external sources, she is classified as a congenital resonator. Overlord class tacit discord detected within the subject's body. Testing is to be transferred to the TESIS system. All non-essential personnel are to evacuate to designed safe zones without delay. Sample database linked. Comparative analysis initiated. The subject's internal frequency confirmed. Partial matches identified with known tacit discords. Chimera, Galbrena, Harpia, Dullahan, Balor, and the nameless Dreadshade. Okay, those all sound sick. Remaining correlations pending verification. So, like, Chimera, we know Chimera. Then we have Dullahan, nameless Dreadshade. Nameless Dreadshade seems like it should be the snake, right? Dullahan, we all know what a Dullahan is. If you've ever seen any isekai anime, you probably know what a Dullahan is. And Balor, isn't Balor like a mythological creature from hell, or at least the name is kind of inspired by that? Something like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna look into that too much. So, all identified tacit discords exhibit no hostile behavior under suppression by the subject's own frequency. Okay, so she uses her own frequency to suppress and control the tacit discords within her. Behavioral stability confirmed under high stress conditions. Final assessment. Containment not advised. Recommendation, routine examinations. Okay. The cause of the subject's awakening cannot be confirmed. Her innate flame, once corroded by the dark tide, decayed but was never fully extinguished. Subsequently, it fused with the tide spawn known as Chimera. Okay, so it's a tide spawn. It's not just any TV. Altering the flame's nature and granting her the capacity to consume other frequencies. So in that sense, she is kind of like Rover. But she got her ability from the dark tide, which is probably a polar opposite from Rover. And I am very interested in what the dynamic is going to be between them, and even between Chimera and Abby. Because if you look at it, that just sets up a very interesting comedy relief. Abby is going to be furious. Okay. Of frequencies. Through this process, the subject proactively hunts tacit discords, absorbing and transforming their frequencies into her own power. Yeah, so she powers up with the tacit discords she absorbs. Yeah, so I've understood that correctly. At present, she is able to wield multiple tacit discord abilities in combat. For demons devoured by her flame, there are only two outcomes: purification and transformation into her own power, or utter destruction. Interesting. What does purification mean in that sense? Let's continue reading. A walking museum of tacit discords. Can such power truly belong to a human? Worse still, it evolves. No, it's an inner empire. I saw it, an empire rising within her. Okay, that's cool. And again, what the fuck is going to happen with the Threnodian and Galbrena? Because it seems like that's going to be one major fuck up, if you catch my drift. Let's continue. Overclock diagnostic report. That should be interesting. Black Shore's Bloombearer research report. Despite the immense power Miss Galbrena exhibited after overclocking, including marked transformation of both appearance and physiology, we nevertheless classify her historical maximum overclocking rating as negligible. That's important. This assessment must be understood in context. Her resonance ability was once corrupted by the dark tide, leaving her almost entirely depleted of her resonance ability. For a resonator so diminished to achieve overclocking at all, to move from deficit to surplus, from absence to presence, is nothing short of miraculous. Traditionally, overclocking has been defined as a state that exhausts the mind and body, signifying the dominance of destructive tendencies over regenerative ones within resonators, like in Camellia's case, right? Galbrena's case, however, compels us to reconsider this definition. In her, overclocking did not manifest as deterioration, but as a signal of rebirth. It suggests that the phenomenon may be closely tied to the will of the resonator, and that, if properly guided, overclocking could potentially yield constructive outcomes, transforming into a power that resonators could one day learn to wield with intent. That is huge. If you think about it, that is fucking huge, because when you look at it, the dark tide is something that only destroys. But Galbrena probably had some kind of resonance ability, innate resonance ability, that in its essence repels tacit discords and the dark tide. And with that, she probably, or because of that, she probably was able to survive the dark tide. And even though it really tried to rid her of her power and consume all of her, it did not succeed. And she actually managed to mutate through that. And of course, like, she got corrupted in the process with the dark tide. But she has managed since then to get a grip and get control over it. So that's fucking huge. And through that, she managed to reverse the process and actually builds up more power the more tacit discords she slays and consumes. Which is absolutely ridiculous. That could mean two things. Either she does not have a skill cap, and like, we already know that she's going to be busted to hell and back, but with this lore, she's going to be, or she is going to have maximum potential, or unlimited potential. Kind of like Goku, if you catch my drift. Important note, all research personnel are strictly prohibited from attempting any method to replicate Miss Galbrena's overclocking method. Any such action, once discovered, will result in immediate containment measures. Of course. Wow. Like, that's huge. That's actually very huge for our understanding of tacit discords and the lore behind the world. Ooh, okay, so we are getting some screenshots, right? And some more descriptions. Calm and confident. Galbrena is calm and confident, able to identify her enemy's weaknesses in the heat of combat with pinpoint accuracy, even when all hope is lost. Yeah, Witcher, of course. Raven and Discord Slayer. A plume long, dark blue cascades from Galbrena's right shoulder. Soft feathers decorate her lower back, and the forked tail of her clothing resembles a pair of wings. She is a Raven of Death. A falling black feather presages her arrival and the death of her prey. So that's just marketing at this point. With Chimera. In Galbrena's body resides a special tacit discord named Chimera that fights alongside her when called upon. Most of the time, Chimera wishes Galbrena would do what she is told. That is, bring destruction and death to those around her. So yeah, they still are trying to corrupt her, from what I understand. They are still fighting back. And it's a perpetual inner struggle for her. So that's kind of messed up. Let's be honest, that's kind of messed up. But it really does add depth to the character, and I don't know if I already said it, but I think that we are going to get a very, very involved storyline with her. And it should be awesome. Of course, it should be awesome. Anecdotes? Really? Oh, cherished item. Okay, so a dream catcher. Fine. Sweet dreams. A handicraft made by Galbrena, woven from her own feathers, along with carefully chosen common materials. Each element carries a quiet wish. For Galbrena, a peaceful night's sleep is a rare luxury. She is often disturbed by the tacit discords within her, forced to clash with them again and again in dreams within dreams. She once tried to find a way to break free, hoping this crafted item might guard her fleeting moments of rest, but the results were often disappointing. Yet something changed when she began giving them to children. The craft work revealed its true power. In their dreams, whenever a nightmare struck, a white-clad lady would appear to drive away the monsters, guiding the children out of the darkness and watching over them until dawn. Chimera explained to Galbrena that the feathers carried her frequency, allowing them to repel nightmare tacit discords. But against the ones already dwelling within her, they could do nothing. The thought brought her a quiet sadness, but also a quiet relief. At the very least, she wasn't destined only to bring fear. Here we have it, chat. Here we fucking have it. The white cat lady is probably going to be something that is going to be very important for the story. Because from what I remember from the trailer for the next patch, people in Raguna are going to have problems with their dreams. And this is something that could kind of solve it. Also, the white part of it is very interesting because if you call it, he has two guns, right? One white and one black. The white one is probably tied to her own innate resonance ability. And now we actually kind of got it even confirmed by Chimera that her own resonance ability is able to repel nightmare tacit discords. So that probably tacit discords and the dark tide in general. But against those already dwelling within her, they could do nothing. Yeah, they are already fused with each other, so nothing you can do about that one. Then again, I circle back to what the fuck is going to happen with the Trinodium. That's going to be just absolutely humongous. So next up, Galbrena's favorite food. Sorbet, a shaved ice gelato. Yeah, we know she likes ice cream. They're pretty much the same. The hellfire inside me never dies down. Cold things help keep it in check. But an added bit of sweetness works even better. Yeah. That's a nice little chibi. Okay, Galbrena's worry. I can keep Chimera in check most of the time, but the second I'm distracted, he always finds a way to. You never talk this much to anyone else, says Chimera. Like that. I speak more when the person doesn't grate on me. You talk to me often. Do I count? First of all, you don't count as a person. Then just admit it. Even you fear being alone. That's another hint for the story. So Galbrena, deep inside her, she doesn't want to be alone. She longs for the presence of other people. And that's probably something that Rover is going to be able to resolve, right? As always. Already. Yet again, I'm circling back to the Trinodian. So I am thinking about like two scenarios which could happen. One, she absorbs the Trinodian and it just absolutely ruins her because even Galbrena, because the Trinodian is the most powerful TV of them all, right? She probably won't be able to handle that kind of energy, that kind of massive influence. So she could become a big ass monster. She could really deteriorate. Or the second one, and that's probably more likely because we all know what happens when a hot girl is involved in danger and Rover just happens to stride by, right? Yeah. We go have some saving to do, my people. False. Chimera feeds on my soul. To replenish what it takes, I hunt tacit discords for their frequencies. Okay, so they actually eat at her. Even without the pact, it would still find a way to take from me. So I made a choice, not to resist, but become part of it. Only flames survive flames. Now forged in hellfire, this body burns even brighter. As for Chimera and the other tacit discords who thought they were so tough, they must learn to live in my fire. Okay, so She just basically one-upped them, and she's a basic Giga Chat. Ah, she is the definition of a baddie. She is, even with the lore, she is so perfect. So what else? Okay, animations. I don't want to see that even. Oh, that's cold though. Yeah, that's going to be my new phone wallpaper right there. And yeah, that's all. So that's going to be all for the story part of this video. Now I am going to go to the more interesting parts, and let's look at the showcases. Those should be fucking amazing. Here we go. I've already prepared those. So first we have the Combat Resonator Showcase, then we have the Resonator Showcase. But as I said, all in all, the story is probably going to be a banger. We've got a lot of hints in those lore drops, so we'll see how it goes. Let's begin. Pure cinema. Oh, the music right from the start. Holy shit. Oh yeah, baby. Holy shit. By the way, try to notice the sound effects, because those are going to be used in her combat. It was also the same with Carlota, by the way. When her Resonator Showcase dropped, we also distinctively heard the sounds of her rifles firing off, and the same sounds were used in game later on. So listen for it. Oh my god, holy shit, chat. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, imagine this, and imagine it with a bigger bass boost in game. That's going to be crazy.
Galbrena, ready to join the hunt.
Let's go. Oh my god, like, I've already seen some stuff from of course from the live stream, but it never ceases to amaze me. Like, as I've said, of course there is a heavy influence with Devil May Cry, but it's just amazing. And one thing, sorry for rewinding, but I wanted to look for one thing. From where does she fucking fire off that gun from her leg? Or from she actually has it strapped to her fucking leg. And like, I mean, holy shit, chat, look at that bot. Jesus, that looks like you cracked open an egg on that motherfucker. Holy shit. Like, they actually had to make a dedicated character model for her. Like, I don't see it any other way. Damn. Oh my god. Lay the peek on me, girl. Fuck. And holy shit, that's so clean. And that's her upgraded form, right? Her enhanced skill form. Wow.
Who's my next prey?
Did you see the sun's bounty? It really opened up their coffers.
Okay.
The usual.
This is the upfront. Finish the job
Just
and
tell me, is it a worthy opponent?
Okay. Okay. So that's probably like with Cafeteria, right? That's a sneak peek into the Resonator Showcase, in my opinion. Let's get right to it. We all know that the Combat Resonator Showcase looked amazing. The music was fire. Let's not waste any time and get on with it.
that devil is back again. What of the
Damn, she is just perfect, chat. Holy shit.
This is the upfront. Finish the job and
Just tell me, is it a worthy opponent?
Help me!
Nostalgia catching up.
Such a low trip.
Okay, so that's something from her past, if they mentioned nostalgia.
How should I pray for you? You wish to truly live?
Okay, so we've
Born.
upgraded to creepy children, chat.
Bring yourself to finish them. Your heart wavers. Let me take over.
Yeah, so that's exactly what they've been writing about in her lore, right? So he eats at her, he harasses her, he always tries to like take control over her, to sway her to be evil. Yeah, exactly. He's a piece of shit. In short. Oh, nice. Obligatory hero pose, here we go.
Your mercy will be the death of you.
So, like, I'm most interested in, like, if that is her background, how far back does this take place in her story?
The mortal world has no home for you.
Oh, she cold, Chad, holy shit.
May my prayers be the repentance for your sinful wings.
Toxin is now gnawing at your nerves. It seems the hunter has become hunted.
No one can escape the net cast.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Join us in your
Oh, holy shit.
The mask comes off at last.
Damn.
what has happened?
Oh, okay, so they were under the influence, okay. Oh, okay, so Kelpie it is. Yeah, that's actually, if you read the books, that's really reminiscent of The Witcher, because Geralt always, almost always, when he got into a fight with a bigger monster, he almost always got his ass whooped to hell and back. Of course, in the end, he always managed to kill it in one way or another, but still, he did not leave those fights unscathed.
Come now. Surrender your body and soul to me. Yield. Beg me for power.
Oh,
Let me consume you. For that is your only chance.
oh, she knows what she's doing. Okay. Damn.
Submit yourself. Make your choice, hunter.
No. The choice is yours. Die with me. Or fight for me.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, she actually.
Do you have to push it this far?
All thanks to you. How many times have we done this?
Hard to say.
Okay, so yeah. I actually stand kind of corrected. First of all, the finger gun, absolute cinema. Second of all, in the time they've been together, they've probably managed to become kind of frenemies. Because, yeah, of course, he's a piece of shit and he's going to try to control her, but they still because she managed to submit them, they kind of managed to work out a deal, right? They've written about they've written in the lore, it was written that they have some kind of pact. So yeah.
You've never won. And
Mm-hmm.
you never will.
Was that a dream? Or some illusion? I woke up in smoke and ashes.
Felt like I've been roughed up in my sleep.
This one's on me. A Kelpie can't mimic humans or conjure illusions.
It's a child spawn. They are evolving.
Now's the time to find a real catch. And settle the score.
Perfect. I gotta give props to Kuro because they make a point of making every single Resonator Showcase tailored and original for the Resonator in question. Holy shit. Well, yeah, so I think I've said my piece. The story is going to be very interesting. The character is, of course, absolutely godlike. I actually cannot wait to see the Resonator Showcase for Shi1 because his story is something that I am also very interested in. Because his design is probably my second favorite from all of the aforementioned characters that they've drip marketed for us. So yeah, well, I'm not gonna take up much more of your time, my guys. Thank you very much for listening to me for almost 40 minutes now. If you managed to listen all the way until the end, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means the world to me. And if you'd like a like in the video, maybe leave a comment if you have something to say to it. If you've noticed anything else that I haven't noticed, please let me know. I respond to every comment that I get. And also catch me on Twitch. As I've said, I'm going to stream the shit out of this one. So yeah, that's it from me. I've been Rayon, and have a blessed day, you guys. Peace.